All right, we're 11 weeks out to Ironman Oregon. I am in freezing, snowing, really cold Minnesota. It is the middle of April, and yes, snow is falling. But we got to run. We got to get our training in. One of the biggest things we talked about is what do we do when we travel? Well, today we've got a dirt road and endless miles. So with 11 weeks out, we're here to get it. Let's take off. All right, frozen tundra run in the books, completed. Awesome out here. Get on a country road. It's something you really don't get to experience a lot, especially living in Southern California. So it was a journey there, but now we're done. Time to get showered, cleaned up, head into town, do some shopping, and definitely eat. The food out here, freaking delicious. We'll see you. Boom. Well, from the 20 degrees of Minnesota to 70 in California in the same week, who can complain? We're here in the Bay Area, San Francisco, specifically Pacifica, down at the waters. While we're here, we're gonna get our workouts in. Traveling is no excuse not to train, and I couldn't find a better place to train than out here. Let's get it. Alright, so as promised, we're going to talk about Zone 2 training, and I know we've heard it over and over by many people, but we hear from a lot of professional athletes, we hear from a lot of fitness coaches, but what about the person actually doing it? You know, us, the age groupers, the people who, well, we're out here trying it. And does it work? The answer is yes, but there's a lot behind it, and there's a lot to know what to expect. Let's get into it. So one of the biggest things about Zone 2 is it is hard as heck to do. And what I mean by that is controlling yourself. And there's a lot of factors that step into it. One, how good you're feeling that day. Two, simply the music you're listening to. So that's why Zone 2 training is typically a podcast or a book day when I'm out running. And of course, I definitely make sure that I have my heart rate monitor on my chest, and I keep it right about that 133 beats per minute, and I just keep it steady. One of the biggest things when you first start out is you're gonna end up walking, and walking sucks. And let me tell you, it's kind of discouraging because you wonder if you're making a difference, but I promise you are. One of the biggest helpers of Zone 2 training I found is the boring, this guy. Let me explain. The reason that I enjoy treadmills when I'm doing Zone 2 training is very simple. I set it to a slow pace, which I typically don't like to look down because it's kind of discouraging at first, but it keeps my pace, it keeps my rhythm, and nothing changes unless I tell it to. So in that term, I can listen to music, the beats per minute can increase, it can decrease, but my stride never changes and it always stays the same. So if you're gonna throw in some Zone 2 and you're struggling keeping it, find yourself a treadmill, set it nice and low, just above a power walk pace. You'll be shocked at your results. I know that it helped me get through that 10K, and it helped me get a lot quicker on my runs. So, treadmills it is? Yeah. So one of the things that I learned with Zone 2 is discouragement, because let me tell you, running a 13-minute per mile pace can be very discouraging. But don't get discouraged. Why? Because when I ran my last 10K, I started running my race pace. My race pace went from, I think it was 11 minutes per mile down to 9:38. So that is progress. The second thing, I don't walk anymore during zone 2, and that's huge, and that is confidence and growth. So at first, it may not look like something, but eventually you're gonna get there. Zone 2, God, it's boring. Well, in closing, is zone 2 training worth it for us, and does it work? Absolutely it does. One of the hardest things is the big P word, and that's patience. But if you're gonna be a triathlete, you're gonna learn patience extremely quick. So with all that being said, I wanna thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below. This time, why don't you give it a share? And while you're at it, you know what to do over my shoulder. We'll see you next time.